Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Another week done. Hello, Mac, Theron, Slav, Casual. Oh, there's still plenty of days left of Christmas intro, so don't worry about that. And by plenty, I mean 3.
One day that year will be mine.
Mac, thank you for that. 14 months of subscription. Almost a year. Let's see. So Wednesday we had a fairly productive day. We got a lot of new items added in. Look at all this. Oh, wow. Admittedly, they're mostly the same, like programmatically, code-wise, they all do the same thing. Oh yeah, this is a classic, an all-time classic. The only one that does something special is the lemon. And that one doesn't even, we don't even set it up differently. It has a special case handling in the code to specifically handle revives. So if you happen to get knocked out, oh, actually that is one thing. Right now, this amount of HP, we need to mod that, or we need to make that mod ready. Here we go. If inventory has lemon. Oh, okay. It just works. So it'll just call the combat action. Okay, cool. So if you get knocked out, it'll prevent the knockout and heal you for whatever amount is specified right here. Not yet. We do need some combat items at some point. Don't know exactly what that's going to look like. Oh, wait. I do know one at least. Baseball. I was thinking specifically game. Roller Coaster Tycoon, let's go. I was thinking there's some really good items in Dabble Worlds, and this is still technically a Dabble IP. Yes, bowling ball for damage all ground-based enemies. Dabble or partner pulls out a bowling ball, throws it, it rolls along the ground, and it strikes every ground-based enemy, and they make a bowling pin noise as they topple and take damage. And recycle it, yeah. I mean, we're definitely going to recycle a lot of the enemy ideas. The sprites, not so much. I'm using a handful of sounds from Dabble Worlds, not much, because those are definitely designed with chiptune in mind. Quality. Oh, you know what? It'd be a really funny haha idea. Let's see here. Let's see. Is this doable? How doable is this? Oh yeah, this is super doable. We're gonna make this a quality stream tonight. There we go. Perfect. Quality streamer. Legendary streamer. Fashion is over forever. Okay, I was looking over the mods because I'm very interested in seeing what mods are getting ported and which ones are not. So, space exploration, the one that Space Age is based on, is being worked on, but will take some time. Let's you know what? Legendary streamer. There we go. Perfect. Update the title so we know. So space exploration will happen eventually, and I never finished space exploration because it gets long. I specifically remember space exploration keeps the normal cost of rockets. You don't get that, 50 blue chips and you're done. No. It's 1,000 rocket control units and 1,000 LDS and 1,000 rocket fuel. Oh gosh, and then there's the coronal mass ejection with the giant space laser that you have to deal with. It was a mess. I never finished it. I never got close to finishing it. It's a big one. So that's not ready yet. That may be a while. Warptorio, not updated. I don't know if it will be updated, but it looks like there's a fork or an alternate mod that's based on Warptorio that is out now, that is being built around 2.0. I'm not going to play it on stream because that's for an area that we haven't built yet. But once we get to that area, we can start building it with that music. And so it'll be very fun. Industrial Revolution, IR3, no longer being updated at all. Completely abandoned. It's not getting an update. Which is very sad because it was a very well-polished mod. It's still playable if you play on 1.1, but I don't think I can live without all those nice quality of life features, you know? Ultra Cube, already on 2.0, already working on 2.0. In my opinion, not a super great multiplayer one. I feel like it would be 4 people gathered around a single assembler, scratching their heads like, how are we gonna make this work? And then somebody being on cube babysitting duty. Like, it's a really weird mod that I don't think works well for multiplayer. I do that anyway. Perfect. Like, if you've not seen Ultra Cube, the idea is that there is a single cube item in the game, and it's used in a lot of recipes, but it's the one cube. So the whole mod is this very lateral thinking puzzle about, okay, the cube goes in this building so that it can make this recipe, and then it has to go in this building so it can make this recipe, but that decharges the cube, so we have to put it in this building to charge it back up again. And then we got to take it over to the power plant if the power's running low, because the cube boils like 10 tanks of steam at once, and then you just kind of coast off of those tanks of steam while you're doing everything else. It's really silly. That's the one thing, yeah. It's a very silly mod, but I think it's very interesting. It makes some very interesting puzzles. But it's like, it's the source of matter. Like, the main recipe is you just click make matter, and the cube turns into itself plus 100 plastic. They're not plastic, they're just using the plastic texture, but you get the idea. What other mods were being worked on? I don't remember what other ones. Yeah, I'm pretty sad about IR3, but the other one's pretty good. I'll see how that new version of that new Warptorio-esque mod comes along. If it's looking good, that could be a fun one to multiplayer. Okay, what am I doing? Right, bowling ball. Bowling ball. That'll be fun. That'll be a fun item. See, that sounds like a fun one. Roll around and make a little bowling ball noise. A cannon, perhaps a cannon. A cannon event. Baseball. Oh, see, okay, so one rule. Well, it's nothing that the code is going to enforce. It's something specifically for, I think this is the right design, which is items do not have minigames. magic, and little wood golems. Oh, fun. There was some automation game I remember a while back that I was looking at. Need to check in on. Oh, for anybody who is interested, Vampire Survivors is free on Epic this week. My patience has paid off. They're not getting my $3.50. Oh yeah, please do. All right, so we need. Krita. I'm gonna draw a nice bowling ball, and yeah, it's just gonna be you hold up the item, and then it immediately starts rolling along on the ground, and then just pow, 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 pow. Maybe AutoForge. It might have been on my wish list. That might have been why I was thinking about it. Should be under it should not be under. Should it be under icons? Oh, I guess it needs an icon and a sprite. Maybe we get by with just the icon. We'll see. Oh man, you guys. I can't believe it. They actually made Team Fortress comic number 7. It actually happened. What's the button for grid? Okay, it doesn't lock to the grid, right? No. Everybody's giving it. Oh man, we could only be so lucky. Okay. There's our guide right here. See, exactly. If you're not a fan of Epic, you should make sure to take things from them without giving them money. Alright, so we're gonna do out on YouTube. Excuse me. Excuse me. Is that what we're doing now? Let's see. You haven't read the comic yet. Well, now's the time to do it, Casual. It's done. They did it. Dancing Frog in a Dress. No, Lily has not been drawn yet. Someday Lily will arrive on the scene, taking the world by storm. He's like right there. Looks pretty good. Something like that. Something like that. Hey, it's GermDev. I watch a bunch of games on YouTube. Yeah. I am. I'm a legendary streamer tonight. Thank you for noticing. Okay. So now we got an outline. Let's give it some color. I guess it would need to be a little bit of a blue sheen. Are these items going to interact with stage hazards? What do you mean? What stage hazards are there? Dang it, Al. Now we have to make a B. Unbelievable. Oh, actually, let me point out, that was a fun thing in Bug Fables. Thousand Year Door did the, like, nice, wonderful, amazing, kind of like when you get multiple hits in a row, and then Bug Fables came along and did unbelievable. You need to finish Bug Fables? I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I have only the nits to pick because it's a bug game. I think overall, very good game. Bowling ball? Is that it? There were some bugs. Yeah, I mean, it's not a long game. Even by RPG, especially by RPG standards. Like, I'd say it's half of the duration of Thousand Year Door, and that's a lot because they didn't add any fat. Nintendo loves stretching content. How long? I'd love for it to be at least a 20-hour game. 40 hours was always, I don't know why, 40 hours was always the gold standard. Like, there was that period of time of like the N64 era and on for a while. It's not like you're gonna hear, you're never gonna hear a track loop. It's not 40 hours of music, to be fair. Yeah. So the problem is that Nintendo would occasionally do this fun little thing where they would just waste your time. And they knew they were wasting your time. They knew that it was kind of a funny joke. Here, let's do this on a new layer instead. How about that? Because then I can position it a little bit better if I so choose. And also I can add a little bit of lighter. Let's lighten that up a bit. Something like that. Yeah, there you go. There's those bowling ball holes. They love to make you, yeah. You know what? That was what kind of made it sting, Al, is they knew they were wasting your time, and then they kind of made you the butt of the joke. Like they would lampshade it. They'd be like, "Wow, oh man, that was really annoying, wasn't it?" They're like, "Yeah." Thoughts on Nintendogs? None. I do not think of Nintendogs, ever. I have never thought of Nintendogs. You know what? This is too well rendered. This needs to be a little bit worse. Alright, so let's see here. First off, let's get a nice shiny spot on it. Oh, you know what? That should be a new layer too, so I can better control the opacity. There we go. I arted too good. Listen to this nice chill cave music. All right, Nintendogs music. Let's give it a listen. I've almost certainly heard this in some mixes that are like, oh, this is the, 2 hours of music for silly goobers. And it'll have a picture of, like, Psyduck on it. Reduce the opacity of this. You know what? You know what it is? It needs a crisper outline. I think that's immediately first thing. Is give it a nice thick outline and also give an outline to the hole. That's all that happens when I reach legendary quality. Is that worth... Yeah, actually that does help a bit. Okay, yeah, continue this. Continue this outline enhancement. Okay, that looks a lot more icon now. That's much better. Honestly, I kind of want to bring the saturation and lightness up a little bit here. What was the music from Color Splash title theme? It's a nice little ragtimey ditty. I guess it's just jazz. That was not ragtime at all. So they're doing something really interesting. Let's slow it down a bit. Maybe not slow it down that much. Okay, so they got 3 notes. Do do do, do do do, do do do. 3 notes. Do do do. But they're breaking it down over a 4-beat rhythm. And what that means, because that doesn't evenly divide, what you get is every time they do that do do do, every time they do that rhythm, they're on a different beat of that 4-beat rhythm, and so they're just doing do 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 do, not that many times, but it feels different each time due to the swing nature. Do 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 do. So that was 3 4 1. So they started on 3 3 4 1 3 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. So they started it on 3 2 and 1 just right in a row. And I think that's neat that you get that much complexity so quickly. It's fun, very fun. It is rigged, always. I also really appreciate how limited the instruments are here. Like, it's not just, oh, here's the violin section and here's the guitar section. No, it's just one violin, one bass, one acoustic guitar, maybe, and then maybe one bass. The bass and the guitar are pretty much lockstep rhythmically. Okay, and now think What did the drum line sound like on that? What did the drum line sound like? Listen again. There was no drum line. There was no drum at all. It's the strum that's giving a sense of, but it's not. There's not really any. It's just the guitar strumming keeping rhythm. Okay, that looks a lot better. That looks a lot like the style that we want. I want it to be a little bit bright. Does Krita have some kind of color? Image. Convert color split? No. Image. Whoa, and then it takes it up an octave. Whoa! Also, I really love that chord progression of the walk down that they do kind of towards the end of the phrase. Right there. Assuming key of C, which it probably is, and it goes C, B flat, A flat, G, C. And then we go into the B section, where it's a different chord progression, but we're using the same chords, but we go with a much sweeter rhythm. Like we were doing these quick notes, and now we're doing these long, drawn-out ones to have that contrast. Too many 9 Pokemon, if you ask me. Where is it this? Adjust color balance levels. And this will let me stretch the color a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Instead of just brightening the whole image, I can stretch the color space. So the barely bright spots become very bright, but the dark spots stay being dark spots. That's much better. Now, should we bring this opacity back up a bit? No, subtle is good. Subtle is good there. You win. Okay, now for one of the all-time best tracks from a Mario game, it is called Staff Roll from Mario 3D World. I think, all right, so mainline Mario games have excellent credits music, starting with Mario 2 US. Mario 3, great credits music. Mario World, wonderful credits music. Mario 64, great credits music. Mario Sunshine, I honestly could not tell you what Mario Sunshine's credits music sounds like. Galaxy, it probably just sounds like the main theme because that was a good theme. RPG credits music, I wouldn't call Mario RPG mainline Mario, but you know what? You're absolutely right. Very good credits music. Credits roll on Mario 3D World is absolutely... Oh, you almost got me. Oh wait, no, that is actually the real one, isn't it? I thought I was about to click on Sylvaguna, but I think this is actually the real music. Incredible big band performance here. We're gonna see if this goes into some Flintstones mix or something. Ah, Brental Floss. What a guy. I think we could actually use this as the icon and as the actual sprite, because this is fine, really. It's tempting to use an actual 3D bowling ball, but a fellow Brundlefloss, I haven't listened to Brundlefloss in probably 10 years. He's just been around that long. 3D bowling ball. Perfect. I'm going to... Oh, and now we do the Bowser breakdown. You can hear the mute. He's using a... I don't remember what kind of mute that would be. Oh, then the grand finale! Oh, it's got some stank on it. Let's see here. What is... All right. SMW credits theme. I love this one. I've gotten decent at playing this one on piano, but there's like a part that I'm like, and then it goes something like this, and then back to the part I actually know how to play, because I actually just can't remember like this one part towards like 3/4 of the way through. Let's see here. A little bit brighter. We're going for a baseball here. So we're gonna give it some nice stitching. Because you know what? We need a baseball. That's all there is to it. Baseball. All right. That's it right there. But I think I just nailed it immediately. Like the perspective that I'm going for. But it's like, baseballs are like... Let me see a baseball. Show me a picture of a baseball. Yeah, it's got like stitching on the line. So the line is the guide. First try, idiot. G minor, or no, G diminished, no, G augmented. Does Yoshi's Island have good credits music? It has great final boss music. It has an interesting intro music. The music box at the intro is really good. I'm trying to think about the credits. We should listen to Yoshi's Safari music, because I have no idea what that would sound like. I will, in about 2 more minutes. Well, they'll be scaled appropriately. Don't you worry. Yeah, bowling ball will hit all ground enemies. Baseball for single target enemy, any one enemy. Which I guess the analog there is Thunderbolt in Thousand Year Door. That's the C add 9 for a little jazzy ending. Alright, Yoshi's Island credits. And ending. Oh yeah, I remember. It's dun, 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 dun. I should learn this one. This seems like really easy. Do 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 do. Ba, do, 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 do. Gotta do that fun little credits walk down. I love that walk down. They always do that. They always do that. He loves it. The walk down. All right, there we go. That looks fine. Is that all we need for now? There does need to be something that hits all enemies, but it doesn't have to necessarily be sports theme. So Thousand Year Door does, doesn't it? It's got those strong SNES vibes. They had these like very recognizable noises that the sound chip could make. Let's see. Thousand Year Door damaging items. Fire Flower, which was like 3 or 4 damage to all enemies, but some enemies were immune to fire. Pow Block. Pow Block hit all enemies? Let me look that up, because that's very unintuitive. Let's see here. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Keychain! Yeah! Yeah, well, hang on now, hang on. Pow. Pow Block. Damages. Okay, Pow Block was all ground enemies. What was the weird thing that actually hits all enemies? Oh well. Okay, so all grounded enemies. Let's see, is there a list of damaging? Okay, Fire Flower was how much damage? How much damage did Fire Flower do? Come on. Tell me. Tell me. Oh, here we go. List of attack items. That's handy. Of course, it's not going to tell me how much damage, but there's not that many. There's actually not that many. And a lot of them are actually recipes, which is weird. Maybe 3-ish. Oh! That's when they're getting dropped off at their canonical parents' houses by the stork. Because that's how the Yoshi Island canon go. Alright, let's listen to Yoshi Safari OST. There can't be much. There are 28 videos in the Yoshi Safari Music Extended playlist. This can't be good, right? Like, there's no way this is going to be good. Alright, the first one is 4 seconds long. Okay, it's got the music, the 30-second music loops, and 2 jingles. Okay. Like, I've never heard any song and looked it up and be like, oh, that's from Yoshi's Safari. This is fine. Okay, so the base attack items are the ones that you don't have to do anything weird to get. Earthquake, ground enemies. Pow Block, apparently also ground enemies, but I guess not as much. I'd like to know the numbers if I can get a hold of those. Fire Flower, all enemies and can inflict burn. Ice Storm, all enemies and can inflict freeze. Thunderbolt, lightning on one enemy. No, that's Thunder, yeah. And then Thunder Rage, lightning on all enemies. Apparently it says it can stun, but I don't remember that ever inflicting anything. And then you'll see HP Drain occasionally, which is just, I think it steals 5 HP from one enemy. That's it. There are then the special case ones that I've never used because you have to go out and get a weird item and cook it with another weird item. Coconut Bomb, Courage Meal, Egg Bomb, Zest Dynamite, which Zest Dynamite does the most damage in the game, I think, for items. Oh yeah, you have to actually take Egg Bomb and Coconut Bomb and combine them. But how much damage does it do? Not gonna tell you. Hits all ground enemies from above versus from the front. That's true. There are different tags that we can apply damage to, or even from below, because I'm thinking at some point we might have enemies that could burrow. And like, oh, you can't hit them because they're underground, even though this attack damages ground enemies. But then some items like maybe shoot up from below, which could pop them out while damaging them. So we got some options there. Let's see here. TTYD item damage numbers. Nah, I got nothing. It's alright. Alright, this is kind of dragging on a bit, isn't it? This does not quite sound Super NES. This sounds cheap SNES. Right, okay. So these will be our nice base items here. Like, no special damage type here. But they kind of pair with each other, and that makes them more memorable. Like, it's just bludgeoning damage. Don't worry about it. That's all it's doing. So let's make some damaging items, shall we? Dabble tails art. Icons update. Okay, we got our bowling ball. Okay. So when you use an item, it triggers that item's callable action. So the one action we have currently is calculate how much HP and MP we get and pass that to a function, a move, an actual move called use healing item. So let's look at what that move does. All right. You know what? I'm not super digging Yoshi's Safari music. Oh, this is all this does, is it? No, it also does this. Okay. So let's see what it does here. Let's do the Yoshi's Island opening theme. Okay, so what this use healing item action does, creates a sprite based on item icon, sets the index to the item you're using. That makes sense. Then moves that above your head over the duration of something. Oh no, maybe that's the speed. I don't actually remember how this works. Wait for a bit, then make it disappear. And then that's the initial thing, is just hold up the item. That's what this is. Then it actually does the thing of, all right, then queue up the action to actually make a bunch of hearts appear and fly into the player, and each time one does, increment your health by 1 up to the maximum. Then do the same for energy with little lightning bolts. And then that's it. That's what that does. So what we need, you know what would be very useful, I think, is streamlining. Let me get this drawing pad. Notice right here, they actually slow down the tempo to emulate a music box losing its torque spring running out. It's very cute. Actually, I want to point out one thing they did very accurately here, and I'm not sure how. It's less noticeable during the main song, but more noticeable as it slows down. Music boxes don't just play the notes. It's very common. This is just like how music boxes. It's just the meta, the music box meta, is you don't play when you're playing a chord of notes, of multiple notes at the same point in music. You don't actually make them pluck at the same time. You and as it slows down, you can really hear it. Not yet, hang on. Ba-bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Like the notes that in a normal song would be written right on top of each other. For a music box, just stylistically, the way they're built is they don't actually put the notes right on the same time. I don't know if there's a mechanical reason for that, like, oh, it's less pressure on the spring mechanism or something. I would believe that if someone told me that. I actually don't know why they do it that way, but it creates a very strong, this is how music box music sounds. And they actually took that into account when making this song, and I think that's pretty neat that they did that. Let's see here. What else had a good ending and or credits theme? Didn't Super Mario Land have a pretty good credits theme for the Game Boy? Let's listen in and find out. Well, not this part. That's just the every boss ending. Spyro. I never played Spyro, so I don't know a thing about the music. Oh yeah, it does a walk down. This one does a walk down too. Hang on. It's later. Oh, we're doing the build up. They did this on Game Boy audio. All right, first of all, very cool. And here we go. People always compare DuckTales' Moon theme to like, oh, it sounds like credits music from a game. And it's because DuckTales' Moon theme uses that classic walk down that just for some reason was really common in credits music at the time. I don't know where it came from originally. I didn't have anything except Nintendo consoles growing up. I actually remember when I first beat Super Mario Land on the Game Boy. It was a snow day, so school was 2 hours late, and so I had 2 hours that morning to play Game Boy, and I finally beat it. The best. All right. What Spyro music? Because otherwise I'm just going to pick, I don't know what. Oh, man. Heading to Peach's Castle with Luigi was just recommended. Spyro, something from Spyro 1. Let's do credits. Because we're on a credits kick right now. That does have that PlayStation sound. Source. It's something about the crunchiness of the audio or something. I can't put my finger on it. We want to know what item. We want to just have the sprite holder passed in as a reference. And that's it, I think. Like it's just this. Nope, doesn't like that. Oh, path. That's okay, because I got path right here. And that's it. So we can do this. And we can say actions equals source item sprite holder. Get rid of all of this. And get rid of this. And that's much cleaner. And now we can reuse that, which is awesome. It's like chimes. It's following a different rhythmic pattern. Use use baseball item, I suppose. Wait, what is this? Why is it? Oh, because it's just the action. All right, you know what? That makes sense. I mean, it doesn't, but I get it. I get it at least. I get why I did it this way. Because I just needed something that had the action. I've got this listed under moves, which, you know, normally moves also includes things like a name and an energy cost and what kind of target it hits. Oh. Target it hits. Okay, item stores the target. Item stores the target, so we're good. That's weird. That's weird. Should items be done like a... I guess it makes sense to put it here. Maybe we may think about changing it around later. Okay, so action. Okay, so we're gonna hold it above our heads and then what? So this is for the baseball. Let's go ahead and create the baseball item and add it to our inventory so we can make sure that that much works at the very least. Let's fold all these. Is there a fold all maybe? Fold all lines. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's make a new item called baseball. All right, we're gonna start by just duplicating this and then just edit each line as appropriate. Baseball target. We actually have a directory of targets. So we can assign it to the entire enemy team, any friendly unit, any enemy unit, first grounded enemy, any enemy that is not Dabble. That's a special case one. This basically means only attack Dabble's partner with this kind of move. We're going to say this can be on any enemy, any one enemy anywhere. Boy, that was not very creditsy. It was more atmospheric. Is there an intro music for Spyro 1? Opening theme. 3 minutes, 35 seconds. Okay, more, that sounds... icon index is 5, 6, 7, 38. Default cost, pretty cheap, I'd say. Let's say 5 bits. Combat action. When you use the item, it will do use baseball item. Oh wait, I need to actually do that, right? No, is it just this? Get single target heal function. How does that work? It's just a callable. Okay, just pass it a callable. So use baseball item dot action. Oh, specifically battle moves dot use baseball item dot action, right? Battle manager dot battle moves dot. Okay, we're getting there. Battle manager is not declared. What? Oh. Oh, okay, okay. Pass it in as this. Call, I think. Oh no, because that just returns the callable. Oh yeah, the function is a callable, isn't it? That takes in source, targets, and battle manager. Source, target, battle manager? How do these moves work? Just source and targets. Do we need the battle manager for this then? No, we just need source and targets, right? Oh, okay. So item, I would just say item directory dot baseball. And then that's good. Okay, so use baseball item does not need any. Whoop, it just stopped. I can still see the red scrubber moving. It just stops at 253. Well, I guess we're gonna do this first recommended. Heading to Peach's Castle with Luigi. Okay, so we can just do this. Just that. Wait. How did I used to do this before I changed this system over to this other, more differenter system? How did I get battle moves and battle manager? Huh. Okay, combat action. Combat action does take in battle manager. Huh. All right, so maybe it's like a pass-through. So combat action would be a function that takes that and then subsequently just does that, I guess, with source and targets, I think. Okay, game manager, give us a baseball in our inventory. You know what, give us 2. Woodfall. All right, that might be it. Like this, if this is all working correctly, Dabble should hold the baseball above his head and nothing should happen. And nothing should crash. That seems likely. Okay, it crashed immediately. Okay, cool. Well, I know that that's a callable. I'm trying to see it, because sometimes it's not a call. Can you just tell me what type it is? All right, well then, if you're gonna be like that. Print. All right, fail again. Show me the error. String, okay. Okay, try again. All right, let's hold up a baseball. Oh, look at that. Look at that lovely baseball. All right, hold it up. We can choose an enemy. That's good. And it fails. Non-existent function. Use baseball item in battle moves. Really? That. What? That looks like use baseball item. Oh, because that's not a function, is it? It's that dot action. Right you are. Right you are. Dot action. dot call. So it should be like that. All I want to see is a baseball above the head. Done. And then it disappears even. Ooh, do I want it to disappear? Because that's part of how the healing works, is you hold up the healing item, then it disappears, and then the healing happens. So in this case, I want it to like teleport to your hands or something. We can still make that work. We can still make that work. So get above head, scale it over the course of much quicker. Yeah, the baseball showed up there. It was good. Okay, so next, after we display it, does it just fire from above your head, maybe? Maybe we just take that last action out. We can do that. Pop? Is it pop? Let's see here. Pop. How does pop work in this? Oh, pop back and pop front. There's no just pop. Okay, so pop back removes the last item from the list. A little silly. You know, Il Pentissimo's crazy climb. Da, da, da. It's very specific. Let's see here. Credits, themes, and such. I mean, all right, Origami King. A pretty good credits theme. All right, so then after you hold the baseball above your head, that's the main hook of the soundtrack. It's so good. It's so good. Like, they've got this one main theme. It's like, I don't know, like four notes. And they just use it sparingly, appropriately. Do 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 do. Such a dumb plot. Crappy battle mechanic. But, oh man. Good music. Good music, good art, good sound design. Good writing. Not a good plot, but good writing with a bad plot. Still works. Oh, I know which level that is. I know what level that is. Give you a hint. It's in the sky-ish. Sort of. Alright, so move to the target. And then when it hits the target, we want to cue the damage. Do, 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 do. And then they're pulling back all the different... Do, 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 do. Ooh, do I want to... Do I dare... have the ball roll away? How much damage does a single baseball do? It's just a smack move to just like strike one enemy for a pretty good amount of damage. I'm gonna say 4. Thank you so much for playing my game. Good music on that game. Oh man, now I'm getting recommended Line Them Up. It is a oh man, that was a project from lockdown year, if I remember right, where a bunch of musicians got together and remotely recorded their parts to do a big Origami King medley. And David Wise was in it, and I don't remember if Grant Kirkhope was in it, but David Wise was definitely in it. I was like, what? What? Cool. All right. Sure. Now let's do Outskirts. David Wise, you've done it again, you madman. All right, we're going to say 4 damage, which is pretty good. Like, that's a good option. Should it be 5? Should we go 5? Like, it's a consumable, so it needs to be pretty powerful because you are using up an inventory slot for it. 5 feels like a lot. 4 feels like not enough. I want overall the numbers to be a little bit higher than Thousand Year Door. Like, I want the enemy health pools to ramp up a little faster than they do in Thousand Year Door. And it costs 5 bits. I mean, I might need to bump up the price for 5 damage. That's pretty good. I may set that as like 7. It's not a full get out of jail free card, but like if you've got a couple of those saved up, you can take out mini bosses with just items pretty quick in the game, which is a little silly. Okay, so let's test the initial setup, which is just the baseball now flies towards an enemy and disappears, dealing damage. So it won't actually kill this guy, but... Okay, all right, cool. Oh, it should pierce defense, probably? I do. And we can do that. We can actually do that now. So check this out. We have in our battle actions where we queue the hurt action, we can give the damage instance a property of somewhere in here, piercing. And we don't have to give it a value. I'm worried. Yeah, I'm a legendary streamer, Dupu. Dupu, there's a really silly overhaul mod that finally got ported to 2.0 for Factorio. Wait, let's talk about piercing damage. Okay, so there's two different ways that piercing damage works, in my opinion, in RPGs. And one of them is just a subset of the other. So the generic, like the parameterized version of piercing damage, that's a close one, is basically that it pierces by an amount. Like, let's start with explaining how damage calculation works in this. If you do an instance of damage that deals 5 damage, but the enemy has 3 defense, you're only going to deal 2 damage to them. That's it. That's all it is. If you're dealing 3 and they have a defense of 4, you're not going to do any damage, and that's just the way the game works. It's like you can't do any damage to them. Try something else. If you have a piercing power of 2, and you're dealing 3 damage against their defense of 4, the piercing 2 says treat their defense as though it were 2 lower, and now it's 3 against 2, and you've got 1 damage that makes it through. So the idea is that the piercing is a number that dictates how much lower to treat their defense down to a maximum or a minimum of 0. So if you got an enemy that has no defense, piercing doesn't change the calculation at all. 3 damage with 2 piercing against 0 damage, that's just 3. The other version of piercing, which is how it's currently coded, is basically the exact same as that, but piercing does not have a value. Every instance of damage that does piercing damage does infinite piercing. It completely ignores defense. Okay, admittedly, yes, that is another type of piercing damage. I don't see that as much in traditional RPGs. It's more, I guess it'd be more in the tactics subgenre of RPGs, where, like, positioning is a big thing. That said, so that's like, what would you call that? Overflow damage or something? I don't know. Fairly niche, yeah. All right, so we're gonna say that this is piercing. The baseball is piercing. So it will ignore defense. So let's try it again. Very, very clever of you, Mr. Dove. Very clever. All right, so now it should do the full... Wait, that did 5. Boop. All right. Okay, we're gonna fix that. All right, so it does 5 damage now, regardless of defense. Wait, hang on. Let me take this out and confirm. Are you saying piercing? Yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, all right, cool. Very fun. Very, very, very fun. All right, so this does 5? That still does 5. Even though I'm pretty sure this guy has... No, he doesn't have defense. Haha. He has a hat that blocks downward damage. So this does not count as downward damage. But it will count as piercing so that we can still do full damage to snails. And stalactites. Stalagmites. Al did tell me I have to make a B. So we have to finish that tonight as well. Okay, so first off, move towards, not above the player, or above the target. Move directly towards the target and faster than that. Speed. Speed. Let's bump it up pretty significantly, like quintuple it. And I think it would be really neat if we could make it bounce off the enemy and roll away. Oh, you better believe it'll be a cool bee. Oh, that went directly towards the ground. Huh. I want it to go towards their face, though. I want it to go towards their face, though. How do I do that? Bonk position. Go towards the bonk position. Let's subtract. Like half a unit down. Don't even play Mario Kart. Oh, did I hear correctly that they're doing Mario Kart 9 for Switch 2? Is that word on the street? Makes sense, yeah. Yeah. Let's get, would it make sense? Let's get like a bat crack sound effect when it hits them and pop it into the air and just have it disappear up there somewhere. I need that utility function. Here we go, target direction. Target direction, which is it converts the direction to be in the direction towards the target. A little crowd cheer. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. I love it. Var pop position equals target dot actor dot position plus target direction target 3.0 plus vector 3 dot go up like 12 units. Okay. So move the baseball towards the pop fly position, keeping that 10 units per second speed. We need to make it spin. That's good enough. Okay. Target. How can I adjust the rotational velocity? Here we go. Fire tween, perhaps? So we actually need that item as well. So hold above head and then throw and spin. Over the course of a lot, I think. Let's say 10 seconds even. Is there a dog companion? Just snails. Just a big pile of snails in the vague shape of a dog. Okay, that started spinning, but not enough. Let's see if this will be better. All right, I like it. All right, let's get some sounds. Do. Baseball, bat, crack. And crowd cheer. No, wait, that's not for. No, that's attribution required. I need Creative Commons 0. That's a crowd, maybe. We're not going to include that part. That's a very distant bat crack. We may have to get creative on our search terms for the crack. Yeah, I think just a little clip of that. It's probably good. Pop fly. That's a good idea. Let's try that. What? All right. Nothing good on pop fly, but maybe just baseball bat instead of crack. Hit by metal bat. I was hoping for wood. That's not your sound to put under the Creative Commons 0 license. Awful sound quality. What about just wooden bat? No, not a whole lot. Aluminum bat. Dang it, I want wood. I need wood. Let's try home run suggestion. That was a good one. Tap running sound effect baseball game. Doorbell. Why did that even come out in home run? Oh, I guess because home. All right, all one word. Let's try all one word and see if that helps. Not great. Yeah, maybe like some wood, some crunchy wood noises. Like wood break, wood crack. Like, gosh, a baseball hitting a wooden bat is a very specific sound, isn't it? It's a little too crunchy, but it's getting there. Oh, that's usable. That's usable, and it's Creative Commons 0. I think that one right there. Woodcrack 2. Okay, and then the crowd, we can cut out most of that. All right, I think we got it. I think we got what we needed. Good crunch. Good crunch. All right, let's import those and just make them a... Do I want to make them a single sound? Or keep them separate? That's very usable. I want to kind of lower it a bit, make it, see if I can get it a little bit more hollow. So the sound in that post, Mac, is, well, let's listen to it. Maybe. Didn't hear anything. Okay, it's weirdly not playing. I don't know why. But the licensing on it is not what I'm looking for. All right, we're gonna fade out at the end. Let's try lowering it a bit. There's some like click there, I think. Is that the one I'm hearing? Kind of like a hollower. Let's get rid of this clicking, this little click here. We're just gonna take the simple way out and just reduce the volume of that segment. There's still like a weird little bit of like echo to it, but it's like it's okay for now. Maybe we find a better sound later. All right, so there's that one. And then the other one, the crowd and field noises. Yeah, perhaps so, that could help. Okay, we don't need much of this. So we're gonna fade in. There's like it's like a little snap there that I want to get rid of. Someone clapping their hands for some reason, or maybe that's the bat hitting the ball from a distance. Okay, so we're gonna take only a little bit of this. So we're gonna do a fade in. And let's keep it pretty short. And then a fade out. A little too quick of a fade out there. Let's make that a little bit longer. That's probably... It was just one platform, just one thing in the void. Crowd cheer. We've come so far. All right, audio. to the sound effects. We need Woodbat and Crowd Cheer. Where's Crowd Cheer? Right there. Let's see here. So this will be under item, I guess. Crowd cheer and wooden bat. So in the battle moves, play sound. That's the one. So as soon as it hits, cue up the sound. Cue up both sounds even at the same time. It's gonna be pretty silly. I might have to bump up the volume on these now that I think about it. I'm gonna move them up by 6 decibels. Let's see if that's appropriate. That's dumb. All right. Well, there you go. That's the baseball item. I guess that's fully working now. Yeah. That's fine. Now we need a bee. Not gonna get animated, but it'll at least get drawn. Okay, get rid of this. Let's see here. Let's look at our recent pig art. 500 by 500 seems reasonable to me. Okay. Let's make a new 500 500. Let's draw a pig. But like a winged insectoid yellow and black pig. All enemies in this game are canonically just different pigs. It's a little fun fact for you there. All right, what's this guy gonna look like? First of all, he's gonna look like Cool Bee, right? Like that's gonna be, that's the enemy. That's the bee enemy. They're all hats. Does he need 6? Does he need 6? Is that too much? I think he loses out some of his charm when he has an anatomically correct number of legs. I mean, we could do like one of these. Has a smirk. A baby. Well, it could be that like his glasses are perhaps a separate entity that we animate. So that when he gets all poisoned and wobbly, then we do like this number here, like his glasses are disheveled, and we give him you see his like doofy little eyes. But then normally he's cool as a cucumber until he gets status affected. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good stuff. And his glasses will just like wobble over his head while his eyes are going in different circles. We need some way to make the wings decent. They may just toggle between frames really fast. Like up, down, up, down, up, down, no in between. Maybe, you know what, maybe some smear frames, whatever you call them. You know? Where you kind of give it like a little bit of built-in blur, built-in motion blur. That's the glasses layer. So I'll have like a little bit of that going on. We'll try that. But yeah, something like that. How does B with sunglasses actually attack? I guess kind of a just like target acquired and then like dive bomb. Like a little bit quicker than you might expect, so it's hard to block because we'll consider this to be like a mid-game enemy. All right, first I'm gonna try and think if there's anywhere where a B makes sense. Crap, there is somewhere where a B makes sense. Chapter 2, a beehive would be reasonable in Chapter 2. Okay, so Chapter 2 is very much a treetop town sort of vibe. We're not going with like the one big, oh, this is the tree of our people. No, it's lots of pretty big trees with some like connecting bridges, that kind of thing. So a beehive is quite believable. Big old honey beehive, but it doesn't have to be immediately accessible. So this could be an early game enemy like Chapter 2, or it could be like a mid-ish, late mid-game, like not quite side quest, but maybe even like fully optional area. So we'll think about that. But I think just like an attack of just like line up your shot, and then dive bomb is fine. That does make me feel like we need kind of a rear back kind of pose at some point. Like a put your weight into it, like yeah, and then he dive bombs. A little bit of telegraphing the attack. Boy, this guy is not hard to draw. All right, let me make sure I'm getting the line thickness right. I'm gonna try and match the pigs, because they'll probably be about pig size, to be honest. Probably roughly pig-sized. Okay, let's group these. Keep this as our idea of how this is gonna look. And let's get that right and proper brush size. 10? Is that a 10 brush there? About enemy size, yeah. Yeah, about 10. Honestly, that shape looks pretty good right there. Very round shape. Get me out of this group. There we go. All right. The body is probably going to be mostly consistent unless we want to do kind of a bean shape for when he's like rearing back. Give me 5 extra pixels there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Give him a big old bright yellow. Ooh, that might be a little bit too bright of a yellow. A little bit more golden yellow. Saturation, we can go full saturation with this guy. Something like that. And then we'll give him a little shading. I guess after we get the stripes. Stripes. Looks great. Oh, right. And then don't include this area. There we go. Okay. Can we get a third stripe in there? Scenic. I feel like these stripes are not quite right. It's like they're close. Too much stripage down here. My work. The Wolfman King, of course. Guess that'll work. Okay. We'll roll with that. Glasses layer. pretty good. No. Wait, is that the... Yeah. Well, yeah, a little bigger would be good. Good B. That's good B shape. He's just that cool. We need the legs. I don't know. I guess we need front legs, back legs. He's just kind of chilling. Doing his thing. Just like that. Oh yeah. Oh man. Willow gets the thing. Willow, you stole the thing. There it is. It's officially Willow's. That is the prize. You have it now. It's now your thing. And people can pay over 11,000 doubloons to steal it. But for now, you have it. It's your thing. It's yours until it gets stolen. As easily as you stole it, someone could steal it back. Keep your eye on it. All right, B. With no wings yet. I'm not really sure how I would properly do the like kind of the animation to give it that little bit of whoosh. You know what I mean. Oh, I was about to tell Dubu about a Factorio mod. I got distracted by talking about damage numbers. Maybe it's for the best. Turn off the glasses for a bit. Make them lower opacity. Let's get the eyes on here. Ultra Cube. Such a dumb. Here we go. Something, all known laws of aviation. Yeah. Name my layers. love to get a nice, clean line here. That's the shape I imagine it to be. Is that about right, maybe? Yeah, maybe we go with just like doing these as like just white, maybe like ever so slightly translucent. So we're gonna need a background with a little bit more color to it. So we can ensure that we get the proper I like that the line doesn't actually connect. I think that's good. Take this behind the body. That's, yeah, you know what? I'm down with that. Okay. And then we want to do like, all right, I need to look up some reference. Like, animation, is it squash frame? Like a, kind of like a whoosh. Smear frame, that's the smear frame, is what I need to be looking for. Okay, so it would be like draw the same thing as though we're stacking the animation layers. High day. Like that. Right, not H. Dancing snake. Makes sense. It would make sense. That's not gonna look good, is it? Those are the ones. Go with this little clip art looking bee. I only want to darken the yellow. Okay, so I do actually need to use. Bigby's such a friendly guy, though. He's just a friend. We love Bigby. Okay, do we have a smear tool in Krita? Smart patch, colorize. Must be actually, I bet one of these brushes could smear. Like, what if? Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, that could actually work. You know what? That's a decent effect for what we're going for. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it just like that, honestly. Okay. Give it a little bit of texture. Dark underneath the wings. And then go back over it with a little bit of white texture at the top. So it's not just one pure color, because honestly, not a fan of that. All right, Bigby's looking a little bit better. There he is. There's Bigby. We did it. Smear frame is what I was looking for. That's a cool bee. Is he in the right spot? He's probably in the right spot. Yeah, like right around there. Bigby is. This isn't even Bigby. Bigby is a big bee. Let's see. Do I have the Dabbletails art assets handy here? Here, images, enemies. There's Bigby. Okay, so hang on. So here are the art assets for B. The closest horizontal. It was a good joke the first time. It's a good joke the last time. B with sunglasses, and then there's Bigby. who is significantly larger, like 3 times as large as the regular bee. He's a big bee, and he's just a happy little guy. He's just a happy little guy. Some good enemies in here. Man, what about this guy? Everybody's favorite enemy. How does one play Dabbletails? If you have Chrome on your desktop or laptop computer, there's probably... Yeah, there it is. That's it right there. Oh yeah, Dabbletail, sorry. The words just ran together. Yeah, Dabbletails is the one of the working titles for the RPG. I need to think about taking down the server access, like baking in all the levels instead of paying to have an Azure database running the whole time. I did stop renewing the domain, so you can't get there from dabbleworlds.com anymore. Slowly learning all the inside. There's a lot of insider stuff. It's a lot to learn. So I stopped renewing the domain, but I still have the server running. It's just the only way to get there is the ugly link, which is like Azure Azure 1 or whatever. It's an ugly URL. I was telling someone the other day, I'd like to have a demo, a playable Chapter 1 demo for Paper Robot by summer. And I think that's doable. It's like part of me doesn't want to release a demo until everything is very well polished, you know, like all the sound effects are in place. Nothing. There's no missing stuff on the map areas. Flags are set properly. Save log. We haven't even started saving the game yet. Alright. Speaking of saving the game, let's save the bee. That's like a wallpaper right there. Bam. Just look at that. Look at that. Look at that great bee there. Yeah, for like balance and stuff. Balance changes should be easy because it will mostly just be tweaking numbers. It's the stuff I'm not thinking about that's going to be annoying. Yeah, it's true. There could be like some combo of like, oh yeah, if you go in with this set of modules, then you just wreck shop and there's nothing the enemy can ever do about it. Alright, we made a bee. We made a baseball. Next time I guess we'll make a bowling ball, because that'd be fun. Especially if we can get some good bowling pin noises. It'd be very funny. It'd be very funny. That wing doesn't look quite right, but the hope is there's just going to be a lot of different frames of this, and it's just going to very quickly cycle between them. and then you won't even notice. All right, is anyone playing video games right now? So I think this is as good a time as any to actually end a stream. Do I know any people ever? Have I ever met a person? Let's check some categories here. The usual categories. Oh yeah, wait, is today a germ day? Alright, perfect. Well, that makes that a lot easier, because I see nobody. Yeah, I feel good about what we got done. Oh yes, your fancy hat. Channel point reward to make you press the button. GermDove is primarily Super Mario World ROM hacks. I'm gonna give him a fancy shout out. Look at that. Incredible. Yeah, apparently making a video game is you have to make you have to draw a million things. You have to make a million sounds. You have to model a million things and texture a million things. And then somewhere along the way, there's like a little bit of programming in there. That was a legendary shout out. Oh, huh. I just got a dumb idea. That would be a really dumb emote. Hear me out. The legendary icon, but really tiny, and in the bottom right-hand corner of the emote window, so that when you do that right before another emote, it's like really close to the spot where it would go. It wouldn't overlap. That's the thing. You couldn't get it to actually overlap. You'd be using like 5 pixels on a whole slot, and it wouldn't even properly overlap to make the little legendary icon over whatever you want. There you go. That idea is free for everyone to use. All right. Yeah, but then it's not vanilla. And because it's not vanilla, a lot of people wouldn't see it. And that's important for some reason. You know, vanilla Twitch. All right. We're gonna go over into the GermDove waiting room. Some people aren't like on the internet as their main form of entertainment, and that's okay. The good old Wiggenburger. Thank you all for joining me. This was a wonderful time. We will make a bowling ball on Monday. I rode the bike last time, and it's too late to redeem now. So there you go. You should report back and tell us if it's. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I don't know if it's good or bad. I just know it is. It just is the Wiggenburger. Bowling ball next time, and that's it. Oh, and then it's almost Christmas. Wow. Hope you've all finished your shopping. Have a good night, everybody.